Bethy, thank you so much for putting it this way. So the other day I made a couple people mad in the handmade community and some creatives. And I didn't mean to. I'm a New Yorker. I'm very direct and sometimes it rubs people the wrong way, but I'm going to walk you through what you need to know if you are solely relying on marketing your product by saying it's handmade and you think that's your differentiator. And I'm actually going to debunk some myths that were in the comments. So first of all, let's just look at the customer journey and why handmade isn't your best sales angle. So first of all, somebody needs to become aware that they have a problem. Typically, it looks like there's a void, a gap, something lacking in their life, in their lifestyle that triggers their brain to say, this is a problem. I need to go find a solution. Other day, I ran out of toothpaste and so did my children. I was like, this is a problem. I need to buy more toothpaste because it fits in our daily routine twice a day at least. And it's very urgent. Like I need it now. And I didn't need to go that in depth to seeking a solution because I'm already a brand loyalist with my toothpaste brand and I know exactly where to get it. But let's just say somebody goes online and they start searching for a solution and plugging in keywords. They are looking at what could potentially resolve that problem. So they're going to get hit with a lot of options that populate in that search engine results page. And they're going to scan the options until something catches their eye and attracts them. Then they're going to click in and land on that sales page, that product page, and they're going to look at the visuals, the copywriting, and either resonate or not resonate with the language to determine whether or not that product or service is a good solution for them. Now, if it's a product-based business and they happen to stumble across the words handmade, that isn't initially what triggered them to buy. They didn't wake up in the morning and say, oh my God, this problem kept me up all night. I need to buy more handmade products and I need to seek out more handmade products. People just don't think that way. So they don't understand that your product may be handmade until they get on the product page and look at the details of the product. So you see how they went through these different steps, these psychological steps, and how they were going to make a purchasing decision. And then they decide to maybe eventually purchase. But handmade is somewhat of a preference. Now, people came into the comments, they were upset. And some people were like, well, I don't know what markets you're selling at. I don't sell at markets. I'm a marketing strategist, but I've been to markets. And I would argue if you're talking about participating in a handmade market, that's even more of a reason not to only think that handmade is going to be the thing that gets people to buy because everybody else is handmade. So how are you going to differentiate from a booth right next to you, right? In addition, some people were like, well, people buy handmade stuff from my business all the time, and they always say that they love XYZ. The XYZ had nothing to do with it being handmade. So you really need to understand consumer psychology and what triggers somebody to fill a void and absence in their life by buying a solution.